Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters, Stuart Hetherington, thank you and thanks buddy, and Steve Bradshaw, thank you and thanks buddy, as well as all the other Patreons. I really appreciate your support. Thanks. Now, if you'd like to be a Patreon supporter, go ahead and click the links below. Check out how you can become a Patreon supporter. Now, some of the advantages that you'll have is absolutely nothing. There are no advantages at all to joining, but you are supporting us, and I appreciate all your help. Seems like I've committed a bit of an oopsie. Now, in one of the last episodes... Hey, this is the Lanky Lefty 27, not to be confused with my alter ego, the Rotund Righty.
Who the hell ate the rest of my goddamn dinner?
I've seemed to have committed a bit of an oopsie. Now, in one of my last videos, I came down very, very hard on someone from Psychology Today because they had made a boo-boo in the CPAP community. And now it seems like I stepped in the proverbial CPAP duty, and I've been given my walking papers, baby. How did old Lefty screw up, you might be asking? Well, in many ways throughout the day. One guy made an oopsie this week by not using my new URL for cheapcpapsupplies.com and not my new discount code Lefty16. He paid full price. What a nerd. But in this particular instance, I did a video a long time ago on the closing of SleepyHead. SleepyHead is no longer supported. It's dead. It died. It's not coming back. Hey, but all's not lost. We actually have Oscar. Sweet. Now, in my original video, I made it sound as if everything was against Jedi Mark Watkins, when, quite honestly, all I was doing is reading his blog post. From my point of view, that's all I had. I just had everything that he wrote about it, and so I was simply reporting on it, and I hope I didn't come across like I was taking sides, but it seems like that's exactly what I did. I'm sorry. Let's read the other side of this argument. Now, this oopsie I committed was so bad, it's almost as if you've ever been to a party at a friend's house and you have to poop. It happens. You know, it's bad timing on your part. You didn't plan ahead, but you have to poop. And instead of using the guest bathroom, you go into the master bathroom and do it there. And don't spray. And run out of toilet paper. It's that bad, what I did. And I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and read this. Now, this is from Apnea Board. This is from... I'm not going to say his name, but it's from the guy that runs apneaboard.com. It is, if you want to call it, a competing forum. Now, I have freecpapadvice.com/forum. He runs apneaboard.com. They have lots of great information there as well. I was going to say they have the information on change in pressures and such. It's behind a wall, but they have it. And I don't consider these guys competition whatsoever. I consider them colleagues and trying to get the same outcomes, just trying to help people out. It's really all we're about here. All right, let's read what this guy wrote. Howdy, Lefty. Just to clarify some things, Mark Watkins, Jedi Mark, has greatly profited from SleepyHead and received thousands of dollars in donations each year. Apnea Board raised over $5,000 for him in one single donation drive, and we had nothing but admiration and support for his efforts on SleepyHead in past years. Oh. Hey, you know who could use a donation drive? What guy with two thumbs could use a donation drive? That sounded dumb. But assuming he was doing it, quote unquote, out of the goodness of his heart is a bit naive, even though it's an understandable conclusion from an outsider's point of view. Viewpoint. SleepyHead was never a one-man show. There were many developers who helped contribute to the success of SleepyHead. Mark Watkins was simply the originator of the code several years ago. In any case, in a nutshell, here's what happened. Mark Watkins has a history of being very possessive with SleepyHead and was quite paranoid about anyone getting too close to the code, even though it was created as open source software. While he enjoyed the benefits when fellow developers would help him, he profited financially from SleepyHead through donations that all went into his own personal PayPal account. Over the years, he treated those who helped him like dirt, creating a foul and often divisive atmosphere in his various development venues. He would accept the help, but if one particular developer would become too active in trying to move SleepyHead into the future by supporting more CPAP machines, he tended to become very angry, saying that no one else understands the code like I do, and you are messing with my code, this is my project, etc. And yet he could integrate their code into SleepyHead time and time again, which helped improve it over the years. Unfortunately, this rather negative environment was created by Mark Watkins himself. He would love people to help him in development, and he would love to accept the donation money that was given to help encourage the work on SleepyHead, but if anyone got too close to understanding the code, he would torpedo them from the development team after integrating their code into SleepyHead, of course. This happened slowly over several years, and finally, more and more of the developers got sick and tired of all the drama, abuse, and personal attacks. They, one by one, chose to leave the SleepyHead project and let Mark Watkins work all by himself. This was the final straw as far as Watkins was concerned, and he began accusing his fellow developers in the forums, and with emotional, angry rants claiming that they and Apnea Board had stolen SleepyHead. The thing is, there was no other software or development efforts being actively planned other than under Mark's leadership on SleepyHead when he made those accusations and rants. Yes, there was talk in January 2019 amongst the developers that a fork might need to be made in the future. That discussion did happen on Apnea Board, yes, but it was a simple discussion about what might need to be done in future due to Watkins' bad attitude and horrible treatment of others. But Mark Watkins took that simple discussion as some sort of traitorous, hostile takeover attempt. It was a completely false accusation that anyone had stolen SleepyHead from Watkins. There was absolutely no actual development going on outside of Mark's realm at that point, but Mark went off the deep end and falsely accused people who were simply having a discussion about a possible fork in the future. Somehow, Apnea Board got lumped in amongst the traitors because those traitors used Apnea Board to discuss the options for the future and possible fork. But Watkins tried to portray it as a planned, deliberate effort by Apnea Board to steal SleepyHead. Nothing could be further from the truth. I have to interject also. If it's open source, you can kind of do whatever you want with it. That's the whole point of open source. Am I wrong? After Mark's false accusations and various forum posts, nearly every single developer one by one told Mark to shove it, so to speak, leaving him with only one remaining developer. So at that point, Watkins posted the rant on his website announcing the closure of SleepyHead project. Mark Watkins could not continue with only one developer since all of the talented developers had left, and Mark himself hadn't really been contributing substantially to the code for several years. Most of the more recent code improvements were due to the efforts of other developers and not Mark himself. It finally became clear to nearly all the SleepyHead developers that in order to keep the project alive into the future, Mark Watkins could no longer be on the team due to the toxic environment he created. It was then and only then that the thought of creating a fork went from simply a thought and evolved into a more formal, active effort. The developers then asked Apnea Board for a venue to assist in the work, which was eventually named Oscar. Seeing what happened behind the scenes and all the false accusations by Watkins, Apnea Board agreed to help out these frustrated developers by offering up as much assistance as possible to move development into the future. In February, at their request, we created a private development forum for the Oscar team on Apnea Board and provided a home for Oscar on our website. We also installed development software on our server for the Oscar team to utilize. The Oscar team is amazing. All of the past drama is now gone, and the result is a group of dedicated and talented folks who simply desire to help sleep apnea patients by improving the software and establishing the way to make the code so the code can be improved by anyone who desires to help others. The money issue has been removed, and the Oscar team does not even currently support donations. If you want to send donations somewhere, though, I know a guy who will take them. They truly do it out of the goodness of their heart and in the true spirit of open source software. The next release of Oscar, likely to be released late 2019, is amazing and already light years beyond where SleepyHead left off. Yes, the code is based upon SleepyHead and the graphical design is similar due to the Oscar team utilizing the same graphic tools, but under the hood, numerous bugs have been fixed, code has been revamped to allow for future improvements, newer machines are being supported, and new features are actively being integrated. Oscar 1.1.0 is currently in beta as of September 2019, and I'm excited to see what the Oscar team will bring to accomplish in the future. Just thought you would like to hear the story from a different perspective. Thanks, Super Sleeper. Now, he doesn't mention that he also invited me to a knife fight, which I declined because I'm scared. Look at this. He got 10 thumbs up. I'm gonna give him one too. Oh, I already gave him one. No, I didn't. Now he has 11 thumbs up. And I only have one, and that's not for me. Look, it's not for me because I just gave one and I take it away, right? So I only had one. What? And look at how supportive I am. Absolutely love getting another perspective. This video is from the only perspective made available at the time, Mark Watkins. Thank you for sharing it. What? I only got one? Come on, man. Help a brother out. Now, this is the important part, is that after I said that, he says, hey, thanks for allowing me to show you the truth of what happened. I don't blame you for your conclusions. I'm saddened by what transpired, but ultimately, I'm optimistic about the future of Oscar. Love your videos, by the way. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Now, I had a long conversation with him as well as another gentleman who is actually kind of taking the lead on this. And I want to read what he wrote as well. Here it is. This is from Fred Bonjour. I am the PM, project manager of the Oscar project. The goal of those of us who were on the SleepyHead project was to support and complete development of some devices and fix known issues in SleepyHead, thus leaving Mark Watkins free to develop SleepyHead version 2, nothing more. At this point, we are thankful for all the work that was done on SleepyHead. As PM, I'm the one in control of the Oscar development along with the rest of the Oscar team. The Apnea Board has no say in who is on the Oscar team or in what we do. I have full control of the Oscar forums and who joins the Oscar team. That said, we of the Oscar team are grateful for the environment that Apnea Board has provided to allow us to develop Oscar. The main goal of the initial release was simply to get Oscar out there, to let people know that there is an alternative to SleepyHead. Is Oscar better than SleepyHead? That is for the user to determine, not me and not the Oscar team. By the way, I've used it a bit now, and it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Which should you use? Whichever you are comfortable with. The Oscar team actively accepts input from the public and appreciates everyone letting us know what is wrong. We also accept requests to improve Oscar. The only guarantee I'll make, though, is that the requests will be seriously considered. Many of the changes we have worked on for release 1.1.0 have come from the public. Oscar is a volunteer project. We're always looking for volunteers to assist in development and testing, and a select few as advisors. If you are interested, please PM Bonjour on Apnea Board. Lanky, this includes you if you so wish. Now, I did have a conversation with Fred. He's a cool guy. He is way the hell smarter than me, I can tell you that, in probably a lot of things, probably everything. He was very complimentary of me. He said I know a lot about apnea stuff, and when people do that, it means they're smarter than you usually. And I think in this case, it's true. Seems like a good guy. Really wants Oscar to work, is in it totally to help people out and get this working. I think that SleepyHead was a great project. It sounds like there were some problems with the leadership, and as I know, problems with leadership can sink a great project. But what we have here is an alternative to it. There is a fork in the road, like he says. Graphically, it looks very similar to SleepyHead, but under the hood, Fred had mentioned all the things that were changed, all the code that was wrong and not working, which is all now fixed. Well, I shouldn't say all fixed, but they're definitely fixing a lot of things that maybe the end user isn't going to see right away, but back end, it's making it much more smooth. He invited me to help out as an advisor, which I'll certainly try to do. I don't have a ton of time, but I'll try to do what I can. And one of the first things I asked for, I said, hey, how about that Fisher-Paykel sleep style? We can get a little integration into that, because it looks like it is not currently being supported. So I'll see what I can do to help out with that, because the sleep style by Fisher-Paykel is quite cool, and it appears to not be supported as of yet. So that's it. That's the story from the other side. This is like drama alert. I am now reporting on drama on YouTube. That's great. No, internet drama is what I'm reporting on. So bottom line, stop hating on Apnea Board. Stop hating on Oscar. This is just the other side of the story. I don't know if it's completely true. I'm not in it. I'm just reporting on it. It sounds certainly very reasonable. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Talked to both these guys. They're both nice dudes. Never talked to Mark Watkins. I don't know. Maybe he cusses me out. Then I changed my opinion. I have no idea. I'm just reporting both sides. All right? You make up your mind. All I know is Oscar works. Oscar's free, and they are working hard on it, doing a great job. And I, for one, appreciate that. And I let them know that all the good things they're doing for the CPAP community is greatly appreciated, and all for absolutely no profit at all. And I really think that they should open up a donation site so that they can get something out of it, because damn, they put in a lot of work. A lot of stuff I didn't even know about. That's it. I'm signing out. I'm done. Thank you. Bye-bye. If you're looking to support this channel, head on over to maskbright.com. You can pick up some Mask Bright there, as well as a large selection of slightly used masks at very affordable prices. Go ahead and check it out. It helps support this channel. Now is a great time to also mention that we are an Amazon affiliate. Now, as an Amazon affiliate, we earn on all qualified purchases, so we'll have a link in the description box below. Then let's go ahead and mention this Patreon thing just one more time. Now, some of the benefits of joining this is absolutely nothing. There really is no benefit at all. You can look at these for free on YouTube, but if you're appreciative of our work, you can go ahead and check this out and donate monthly.